Welcome to our third edition of our Gridiron Live right here at
H.
Studio H. I don't know who come up with that name, but that's awesome, Coach. How are
Hey,
you
good afternoon.
doing?
I'm doing awesome, man. Thanks for having us. Thanks for having us. I appreciate it. Awesome.
Absolutely. We got some great kids tonight. We're gonna have Coach Head Coach Dan Lloyd. We're gonna have number 70 Sam Rickard and number 50 Heston Harney, number 7 Hagan Anderson, and the IT man, the man behind the scene, number
6'4".
64 Peyton Sullivan. So, as I said, welcome.
Yes, no, I'm glad to
Coach,
be
I'm
here.
going to turn it over to you for a minute and just let you. I mean, we don't want to elaborate on Albany any more than what you want to say.
No, it's
That's
all
not
good. Hey,
our.
this is the deal. I was very happy with our effort. I was very happy with our violence and our physicality for about 2.5 quarters, and we got worn down. Not proud of that, but it's a fact. And we really didn't play well when you analyze the film, technique wise, schematic wise. I was actually surprised at actually how we were within 6 points in the third quarter based on when you look at the film closer. We did not play a very good game, schematic wise, fundamentally wise. But what made up for it was obviously the effort and the physicality. But at the end of the day, 2.5 quarters into it, they took over, and not proud of that. But we got a lot of education in a lot of spots. So we've learned a lot as a team, and from every position. The one thing about the loss was it's not one person's fault, because if you look at every phase of the game, there was people that made mistakes all up and down the board. So,
Yeah,
but my hat is to Albany.
they are
And
ranked number one for a reason.
correct, and Coach Faith. I mean, and those kids did a great job. Can you still hear me? Okay, that's good.
No, we're good.
Okay,
Everything's
I think
good.
so. I keep hearing my breath, so I don't know if I like.
Well, it sounds different tonight than
He's
it did
got.
last
He
week.
said he had the sensitivity because people are saying they can't hear us.
Oh, okay. Well, if you can't hear me or something, text one of these guys. Let them know.
I'm like, God, I can hear you great. It
Okay.
sounds awesome.
Well, but anyways, like my hats off to them. And you can't miss opportunities against a team like Albany. And for us to hopefully we get a chance to play them again, and that'd be really awesome, because I think that our boys will play better schematically and fundamentally. I mean, we didn't tackle well. And that's one thing. The last 2 games we've done very well. We didn't tackle well, and with that young man, and I say young man, but he's a big young man. Number 5, you have to tackle, and you have to gang tackle. You have to gang tackle. So, that's just an example right there of something that we should have done better. But at the end of the day, we looked upon ourselves, and we need to play better all around. But like I said, effort, physicality, and that's what I talk about mostly is most important. But obviously, the other came to the situation.
I feel like what you just said. A team like that, you got to play a perfect game.
Correct.
There's no mistakes. I mean, you could make a few maybe, but you've got to be a damn near perfect game to beat a team like that.
And then to push it, because we had, it's kind of like in our losses last year, and not to reiterate those losses, but we didn't put pressure on them. We didn't grab them by the throat to squeeze a little bit and say, hey, we're here. When we got within 20 to 14, momentum was our way. We're excited. I didn't, obviously, winning a state championship, those kids have been there. They weren't like flustered, but, we needed a turnover at that moment. We needed a stop. We couldn't deliver. That's what you're talking about. Exactly what you're talking about, play well enough or perfectly enough, I want to describe it, to get that stop and then give our offense another chance.
Exactly. Or like the first game, y'all stopped them on that first drive. If y'all would have went down there and scored,
Yes.
and then put them back on their heels, then that'd been awesome.
Yes.
But I mean,
no pressure. We couldn't put pressure on them. And like I said, in the losses, as me being head coach, in my experience as a head coach, when you don't put pressure on another team, they seem to obviously, this is cliche, they don't make as many mistakes. So,
Well, the thing about the Hillboy, we haven't seen anybody like him, and we're not going to see anybody like him until we meet him again. So,
Totally.
so the boys experienced him once, and now they know what to expect. So if we can run into him third round or so in the playoffs, I mean, your guys are going to know what to expect from the guy.
Exactly.
Because, I mean, he had different gears to me. From our standpoint,
No doubt.
it looked like he had different gears that, if he wanted to lower his shoulders and run behind his pads, he would do it. he didn't do it every play, and to me, he looked like he rested a lot.
Well, and you know, you said it perfectly. You know, he actually impressed me his side to side movement because going into this game, I didn't see a lot of the side to side, or it didn't seem to be as good as against us. I mean, there's times where he would leap over a guy, land, anticipate another guy about to tackle him, and slice him up, and stop, and then redirect. So, you know, it just shows his athleticism and what a phenomenal athlete he is.
Just how much he improved from last year.
Totally. Totally. And you know, and the team, man, they were, you know, I mean, Coach Denny Fate's been there how many years? 30 something years. The field's named after him.
Right.
I mean, come on. You know, I don't have a urinal named after me. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no,
We'll
you know,
work on that. We're working on getting the bathrooms up here named the Dan Lloyd facility.
yeah, you know, whatever it is, there's nothing named after me.
Well, I got them named after me. They're all called a John.
Yeah, that's right. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's very good. But anyways, no, and but to agree with you, you know, you have to go into the fourth quarter within 7, within
Correct.
6, within one drive, and then pressure can build. Not to say they would even feel at that point, you know, because I have the utmost respect for, you know, and they're very physical too. You know, what we did, I felt against Anson and Lindsay was the physicality. We took over at some point, and at some point they took over us. And what was crazy is we started off and they were bending over. They seemed tired, but they did show their mental toughness in terms of Albany. So the utmost respect for that team and their assistants and everything of that nature.
I didn't even realize who he was till Hagan told us before the show he was the post on the basketball team.
Yes.
I got a better vision of him in basketball. He was a big boy.
Yes.
We were 675,000 feet in the air above the football stadium, so every one of them looked like ants. You notice we were on top of the press box.
You were.
We weren't.
That was
We
kind of
were on
Could you
top
imagine
of it.
this weather? What do you do? Like,
I
I mean,
mean-
get parkas on? Or
I mean,
what?
I guess you put an umbrella up there and just sit there.
All three of us had binoculars. I mean, we were like,
Wow.
Yeah.
That's not the first one we had to sit on with. High
Yeah,
school
I
we had
was
to do
gonna
the same
say,
thing.
you might have some coming up.
hey, you know the funny
at least,
thing,
at least
Coach.
they had us a table up there at high school. We had to bring this little old folding camping table, and
You know the funny thing, Coach, is my smart butt self. I'll say it the correct way. My smart butt self down in the press box. I told those guys. I said, next year y'all got to come to Seymour. We may not be quite as hospitable
Right.
with the facilities. Y'all might be on top next year.
Well, what's crazy is the for Wilderness State Championship. You know, if they had turf on that field, it'd be wonderful.
Oh yes,
Because it is. I like the close quarters.
I do
Yeah.
too.
You know,
I
I
hate
like,
having a track around the field.
but they
I
do,
like
they do
being-
have an indoor practice facility.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Do they really?
Wow.
Yes.
I didn't know that. That makes perfect sense. Well, they definitely have home field advantage with their locker room status for the visiting team. I'll tell you that much right now because it was like
Y'all were right there in the
hotter
shade tree.
it was hotter in the building than it was outside. So we had guys in like girdles, okay, not speedos for those that are concerned about
Well, when you ran out
what
of-
was being seen.
When you ran out of the press box, there was the tunnel. I mean, the dressing room. Sure, right there.
I mean, but it was, you know, it's like I said, it was a sauna. So, you know, but I understand that. I just understand that the AC may be out next year when Albany comes to our.
Well, I mean,
Ironically,
I could see that happen.
yeah, no,
Possibly.
yes, even heater on actually.
Heater on, yeah.
I mean, maybe toilets clogged, you know.
And sitting on top of the press box.
Yeah, there was a urinal that was leaking.
You know, we have to do those
yeah.
things.
There was a urinal leaking in their locker room too, which was like,
Oh, y'all had a urinal leaking?
yeah, no, it was disgusting.
It was
insane.
awful.
Yeah,
Was awful.
talk to about it, Houston.
I mean, I remember when we would walk out to go get in the tunnel, we had to duck through like trees
Yeah.
to even get
They
it.
didn't even trim the shrubs?
No, it was bad.
Hagen, what are you laughing at up there eating that pizza?
You had like bear crawl out of the field, out of the dressing room, locker
Yeah.
room.
Which wasn't that's a good point. But really, what was difficult for me was the leaking urinal and things like that. But that's okay. But what I was proud of our boys is that Tim Cog went to Cross Plains. You know, we faced some extreme heat this year, and to Coach Woodward, who definitely keeps our kids, you know, healthier and everything. But to our kids, man, they've been mentally tough enough to not let that affect them, in my opinion, in the line of battle. So that's good.
Well, awesome. Well, we move forward a week. Homecoming.
Correct. Homecoming's good. Homecoming's good. So we face Quanah, and you know they're coming off a couple of tough losses and stuff, and I'm hoping that we can get back on track and take care of business. I feel good about it. You know, the kids have really bounced back. Our locker room is really good right now. Knock on wood. Our locker room is really good because if there's issues, I don't know about them. and they seem to be getting along and taking care of business. So it's like a self-governing body, which
That's
is really
good.
good.
Which,
So.
which that game's gone. It's already passed anyway.
No, and I don't mind talking about it, because I'm really excited about it. Just like you said, John, this is the deal. I mean, if we don't come out more violent and more excited about what's going on, more angry, okay? I mean, we got punched in the mouth. We lost a fist fight, okay? That's not something we're excited about, right? But if we can take the education from film and things of that nature and then get better because of it and get closer as a group, because there's only one or two things that happen through adversity, right? You either come closer or you get torn apart. And I've seen nothing but guys get closer into the situation.
But one thing from our standpoint, I've never saw any type of animosity
No.
between the kids.
Not at all.
You didn't see any argument or bickering amongst each other on the sideline or in the. We don't huddle, but or after
Just
a tackle.
body language, yeah.
Yes, everything looked good.
Actually, we heard more from the crowd, actually, negative
Yeah.
than we did.
We're so close.
Yeah, I know.
You can hear a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's,
I didn't know my dad could talk like that.
well, it's like my dad used to say, my dad was a coach and teacher for 30-something years. He used to say, hey, they paid to get in. They can say what they want. And he would tell my mom, don't sit near anyone in the stands. And with my son being quarterback, I told my wife, I said, do not sit near anyone because you're going to hear things.
Right.
And she heard things, and that's okay. Because that's I mean, hey, you, like my dad said, you bought a ticket to the game, you can say what you want.
It was bad when we used to do the radio show in the stands. Like you go to Monday,
Yes, no.
there's nowhere to sit, and you're like, okay, here's the quarterback's mom on this side, here's the fullback and running back, here's the middle linebacker's parents.
Yeah,
And you're
you
like,
don't say nothing.
well, I mean, you're like, okay, yeah, okay.
It's funny. Yeah, that's right.
Yes,
That's right.
it's bad.
Yeah.
So fortunately, our producers done very well getting us in, if not in the press box, on top of it.
No, that's
So-
great. That's great. No,
But they can listen to everything they want. It's right there on their phone. So
But you do, guys, you do a great job, and I appreciate what you do for these kids, and I really love it. And these kids here to talk and stuff like that. But this is the deal. I have family in California. I got people around the state of Texas, and it's just awesome that if people can't make the game, they can still watch and hear you guys talk about it. So because we feel your passion for us, so it's awesome.
I got a cousin in California that's senior this year, quarterback, and he signed with Boise State.
No way. Where's he at? What's
I couldn't tell you. It's in California.
Okay,
I'd have
okay.
to text his mom and find out exactly.
Boise State's
But he
an awesome school.
signed to play quarterback at Boise State.
That's awesome. Good for him.
Got a scholarship. So.
That's great.
But he reminds me a lot of your son. Tall, big,
Yeah.
but he's not as heavy. as your
Ugly?
son.
Is he ugly?
He's
Look, my son's
he's
ugly. My
blonde
son's
headed.
ugly.
Looks like a California boy. That's what I call him. I said,
Yeah,
"Yeah, California boys." So.
Yeah, no, I understand. That's right, sunshine.
Yeah.
Sunshine State. So we have homecoming this weekend.
Yes.
Any special festivities going on?
There probably is. I don't know much about him, honestly.
Coach, you're supposed to know everything.
Yeah, I do. The problem is my brain can't handle it.
We
My
got a
brain
guy
can't
over here
handle
knows
it.
everything.
Every
Fill us
day of
in.
the
Has-
week's a different dress up week.
Dress up day?
Different dress up day.
So what was yesterday being Monday?
Yesterday was country versus country club. So you either dressed up country or you.
So
dressed
how'd you
up-
dress?
I dressed
Whatever.
up country.
And if folks out there watching, this is Heston. So we didn't
Give me a hand.
introduce you.
Give me a hand. Give me
We need some sound effects.
Come on, Faye.
I don't hear anything.
The clap. No, that's
So in 30 seconds, we're not going to spend a lot of time on Albany. 30 seconds, your thoughts on it.
They were a good team. They were a great team. I think it was good for us to be able to face a team like that has all the experience they do. I think it just helped us grow and become better players overall. We just, even though we lost, we got to move on from it and just keep getting better every week, and which I think we do. I think we get better every single week, every single day. And like Coach Lloyd says, it all starts in the weight room, being better there. And, just.
Yeah, no, I'm
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
I would like to see me eat. I don't know if you know that.
Heston can take over for you for a little bit.
I'm going to let Heston be the first one with the speed questions. I come up with the speed questions about 15 minutes ago, and see, I even wrote
So
them in
what's
there.
the speed meet? How much time do you have?
I'm going to read them fast. He's got to answer them quick.
Okay, you got 5 seconds.
You gotta answer them quick.
Okay, 5 seconds.
Okay,
3 seconds now.
Okay,
3
the
seconds.
first 10 are really easy. All right, your full name,
Heston Harney,
classification,
class of 2026,
Favorite class and teacher?
Miss Campos.
What class?
Oh, Spanish.
Favorite college? Football
Oklahoma.
team. Oklahoma. Favorite food?
Pizza.
Favorite pro team?
Like a shake or
What pro team?
protein? Oh, protein.
Las
Cowboys.
Vegas Raiders.
I
Yeah,
thought-
excellent.
There you go,
I thought you
Raiders.
said
Look at that.
protein.
Right. Yeah, don't say Raiders. The Cowboys is good.
Football, basketball, baseball, or track?
Baseball.
Baseball. Favorite music?
Country music.
Ford, Chevy, or Dodge?
Chevy.
What is the strangest thing you have ever eaten?
Calf fries.
There you go. What did you want to be when you were little?
A firefighter.
If you ruled the world, who is your top advisor?
Coach Lloyd.
Yeah,
Coach Lloyd.
because I nuke everybody. We're all dead. I'm like, what?
Take control of the button.
Yeah, you're done. Yeah. Which one is it? Which
That
one
might
is
be
it?
bad.
There you just
That
saw
might be
it.
bad.
What's your most unpopular food?
Oh,
What do you hate?
pineapple
You
on
eat
pizza.
every- That's the
Pineapple
next
on
question.
pizza.
Pineapples
heck
on
yeah.
pizza.
Yeah.
Me too.
That's the next question. Pineapples on pizza.
No.
What food should represent Texas?
Barbecue.
If you were famous, what would your stage name be?
Ooh. I like probably Cold Stone. I don't know, like Cold Stone Steve Austin. I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
If you could have a movie about your life, who would you choose to play you?
Matthew McConaughey.
There you go.
Matthew McConaughey.
What's
All
one
right,
item?
all right.
What's one item you can't live without?
My cell phone.
There you go.
Cell phone.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No.
Do you ever get in trouble at school, and what for? Do you notice I said,
Talking.
and what for?
Talking too much.
You're granted 3 wishes. What are they? And one of them can't be more wishes.
To win a state title in any sport, to be successful in life, and I say to be able to love people as much as they love me.
Good answer.
Good for you, dude. That was awesome, huh?
Have you ever seen a ghost?
No.
Steak, seafood, or pasta?
Steak from Texas.
One superpower. What is it?
Flying.
Coke, Dr. Pepper, Sprite, water, or other?
Dr. Pepper.
Favorite high school mascot?
Panther, of course.
Who will be the 2023 2A Division II district champs?
Seymour Panthers.
There you go.
Of course.
Good answer.
All right.
Awesome. That was awesome. Man, that's yeah. That was awesome.
Yeah. That was fun. That was cool.
All right. Good job. So we're sitting at about 7:17. Heston, before we cut you loose, trying to think here. Let's talk a little bit about this coming week. You said something about I don't know a lot who starts, who doesn't start, but you said this week you're in a starting position, or
Yes, sir. At left tackle.
At-
Smart went down with a knee injury last week, and I don't know exactly what it is, but I remember Coach Williams saying that he's not going to play this week. He's not playing any offense. I don't know about defense yet, but he hasn't been practicing. He's just been kind of sitting back and watching everyone and taking mental reps about everything. So
So how does your preparation change from not being in that starting position, and now that you've been put into that position? What kind of preparation has changed?
nothing really. It's kind of the same every week, no matter if you start or don't. The starters get a little bit more reps than you do, but I think just mostly get more reps.
Because you never know, you can be in there
Exactly.
on one play.
Yes.
I mean, look at what happened to stud quarterback last night for the Jets.
Yes.
I mean,
I
4
saw it.
plays in.
4
Yeah.
plays in, and he's tore his
That's crazy.
Achilles.
Mm-hmm.
And he might be done for the rest of his life because was he 39 or
Yeah.
Yes.
he's about as old as your coach. So
Yes. No. He's younger than me, I think.
he's 39. How old are you?
I don't remember. Speed questions. It's one of your
Yeah.
speed questions. I wasn't.
Billy, you got anything you want to ask Heston? Pick on him a little bit.
So, what about pep rally this week? Y'all just doing normal, or is anything?
I think they introduced the nominees for homecoming and their escorts, and then at the beginning, and I think that's really it.
That's about it. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're not one of the good-looking escorts?
No,
You didn't get
sadly
picked?
not. No,
Well,
Nate is.
That's
though.
not.
Nate Belcher is.
Oh, Nate. I saw Nate.
He
in his-
looks good.
in his little
he looks
bow
good in the
tie.
little bow tie. Yeah,
Oh,
Tell you
yeah.
what.
yeah, he looks
That's
good.
gonna look nice.
Yeah,
She's doing
Huh.
great.
So who are the girls? Since we're here, we need to introduce who are the three.
Caitlin Stripling, Anthony Miller, and Caden Spearman. That's,
Okey
I'm
dokey.
pretty sure. And I don't know who all the escorts is. I just know Nate's one of them.
What's
Tyson,
an
Nate, and
escort
Peyton
do? What's an
Baldwin.
escort do?
That's what I wonder.
Not to be rude, I
Kinda
don't
like
know what's
hold
going
the-
on. I didn't know there was a
I don't know,
school.
just
I
I
think
thought
they,
building.
I
There's
think
school
they,
there.
they have to
Is
do
there
this,
school
don't
on
they,
campus?
Billy?
They just
Yeah.
gotta
They
walk,
do this and walk them out,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
escort them out. And so
Yeah.
I'm
I
trying-
guess that's pretty cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
think
would
it's
you
a
want to be an escort
Hopefully, I guess.
someday?
My
One day.
senior year when it
Are
comes
you
around.
you a junior?
A sophomore.
You're just a sophomore?
Yes, sir.
Ah, you're big. Coach, you got one here coming up, don't you?
Yeah. Shoot, sorry, I'm begging this thing right. Yeah, no, we do. He's done a great job. You know, the one thing about our Coach Williams and Coach Fabilla on the offensive line have done is they've gotten guys ready. You notice, Nathan took two hands to the face. The guy ripped his helmet off, threw it, and of course the refs didn't see that. Considering
They didn't say nothing.
No, they didn't. It was a
Sorry,
tough.
I'm
No,
gonna
no,
say
no,
that.
no, no. It was a tough night. It was a tough night for them. And my biggest complaint for them
It's
was
because they're Abilene. That's all.
well, of course. Well, let me tell you, I didn't say this for the game, but I mean, if you go to a stadium that's named after the head coach of the home team that's been there for 30-something years, that you've probably reffed his game since you started reffing. I mean, the odds are against you. Let's have reality of the situation. But it was kind of out of control on certain aspects, But not to dive into that too much. But what I was saying was that Heston came in, I believe, and did one snap
Yeah.
for Nathan. We didn't miss a beat.
Coach, I can handle missing a call here, missing a call there, but the fundamentals, what's the word you always use?
Yes,
Their mechanics were awful.
You know, it's funny, but that's what I was complaining about on the sideline. I said, I'm not complaining about the call. I'm complaining that you can't see the call because you're not in the right position.
They're not, yes.
Exactly.
And what's funny is that I think we talked about this last time,
I
actually.
told you, it just drives me nuts.
And I forgot who was getting punched behind the pile, but it was behind the white hat.
Yes.
And I forgot who was getting hit, whatever, and they were getting some extracurricular activity was going on, and there was no thing. And I just said, regardless of my complaint of the situation, you couldn't even see it.
I
And he
think
had nothing to
Wilden,
say. He had nothing to say because I was saying some aggressive things, but they couldn't say anything because I was right.
Yeah.
I think it was Wilden got blocked one time at the end of a play there in
And
the
well, they
fourth
called it on
quarter.
Colton.
Oh, it's when they called that penalty.
Yeah,
on
called a
Colton.
penalty on
Yeah.
us. And I'm like, Wilden was
Those-
flying. And we got the phone and rewinded it and showed it on the camera so
Yeah,
everyone
yeah.
could see the replay.
Oh yeah, no,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
out of
The same
control.
thing happened with Christian. That's
Yeah.
why he got hurt.
Yeah.
Is something happened behind the refs and no one saw it.
And that's what's the saddest thing about it. And that's what I mean. That's an official. That's what you're out there to do is protect the
Correct.
kids from getting injuries.
Correct.
Stupid thing. I mean, you can't.
Of course.
Well, you mentioned Christian. Coach, do you mind giving us just a quick, short update on
Yeah,
the
no.
injuries?
So you got Connor Box out with a concussion. Okay. He'll be okay. He'll be
That's
okay.
all right.
He just and he's been playing awesome. Garrett Smart is questionable for Friday. He had his kneecap has popped out. It popped out in camp, I believe, right? And it's been an ongoing. That just shows how tough he is. That young man. He's apologizing to me as I'm carrying him off the field because his kneecap just goes on the side of his leg.
Wow.
And he's apologizing to me. I said, what are you apologizing for? But that's how much he loves his teammates. That's how much of a leader is. It's like he's mad and frustrated and apologizing because he can't be out there. And then I think he went back in. He went back in after the first time and then did it again. And apologized again. I said, stop doing this, dude, or I'm not going to come out after.
You can tell because he's out there hitting the ground.
Oh, yeah.
Just beating the ground.
It's like kidding us, what I mean? That he's sitting there saying sorry that I can't be there for my teammates, and that's what that's
awesome.
yeah, no, and it's awesome, and so he's questionable. I'm leaning towards no. I'm always going to side on the safe side. I just believe that that's the right thing to do.
Right.
Hoping to get Jason Harden back this week, who suffered. I don't know how he's still walking. If you saw the film, it was like Gumby, how he got folded up. And then Christian, I think he's questionable for Friday once again. I think he's a tough kid. He went out with an ankle injury, got taped up, came back in. And then there's
Isaac.
yeah, one more. Of course, Isaac Wilden broke his collarbone.
Oh, it is, bro.
Yeah, so it's out 4 weeks. It's okay. It's okay. He's a tough kid. Now, this is the type of kid how tough he is now. Okay, so he goes out. Okay, and then he goes back in and plays. He starts crying when he gets told he can't go back in the game. Not from the pain of having a snap
You're
call.
going to have a hard time keeping him off the field for 4 weeks.
But you know what I'm saying? Like he was literally started tearing up
You got to take his
because
helmet away.
he couldn't play for his team. You know what I'm saying? And yet he's got a broken collarbone, but he's not crying because of the pain. Like you would think mostly he's crying because
Yeah.
he's not crying, tearing up.
He wants to play.
Emotional.
He wants to play football.
yeah.
Yeah.
Correct. So, anyways, back to the original part of that was the fact that Coach Williams and Coach Fabilla get those guys ready that they can be interchangeable, and that's part of a good coaching staff is making sure that you have a situation where you have people that can go into different positions.
Mhm.
Christian Shelton's played every linebacker position for me.
Will there be some boys moved up from JV or not? Not a need?
At this point, no, I
Not
don't
a
think
need.
so. This is the hard part for me is not that there is one is a kid from JV physically ready for this because I look at a game like Albany, and that's the bar that I judge it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because that will happen at some point, right? There's gonna be a kid on Quanah that is as big and as strong, maybe one, maybe two, as one of Albany's. You know what I'm saying? So my point is I have to judge based on kids' safety if they're gonna have. Two, I have to make sure that they fit our locker room. You
That's
hear
right.
you hear about the talk about the NFL about or college about a locker room. Well, right now, in there's you don't want to introduce a negative force or a cancer or someone who's not focused or someone who can't listen or someone who doesn't follow leadership
And think about that.
in a
That's
locker room. Oh, that's the most important thing.
Mhm.
I've realized the older I've
It
gotten
is.
that locker room is very important. Right now, we have a core. Our locker room is fighting for each other. We're playing for each other. I don't see kind of like you didn't see bickering. You didn't see a negative. There's no kids pointing at each other. Saying, "Oh, it's your fault." Whatever. It's kids working together. It's kids talking. It's other kids coaching other kids up. There's kids competing, and it's a positive thing. So, for me to have to bring someone up has to fit that personality. Not saying there's not someone, but like I take in consideration physicality of the game, where they are physically, where they are mentally, and is it best move for the kid? I mean, is he going to come up and play 5 plays, or is he going to play the rest of the year? And then if you bring him up, can you send him down? It's kind of hard.
It's kind
You
of
think it's
hard.
easy? I can say, Billy, we need you for one game. Okay, and you come in, you score a touchdown.
Then what do you do?
Okay, hey, you're going back JV. I don't care. I don't care. I do not care how much you prep. Okay. I don't care how much you prep. That kid's going to look at you and is going to say, I just ripped that kid's heart out. Now,
Yeah.
if it's for what is needed on Friday night, I'm going to do that. Okay. But then you have to evaluate that situation, and so there's a lot that comes into that. But ultimately, the kid comes first. So the evaluation of the kid physically and mentally can handle that because, there's going to be, you have to look at it. Albany, what was it, 240 pounds? I mean, a running back, 225 pounds running through a hole. I'm going to expect a freshman to take that on. Is that fair? Is that a fair thing to do to a young man? Could I break his spirit physically? There's a lot of things you have to take consideration, and that's why I talk to my staff about it too, because it's not only it's my decision ultimately, but it's a decision that you have to talk to amongst the staff.
I imagine your Sullivans, your Belchers, your Walker, those senior leaders probably would pinch his head off if he
I
came
just
in
know
there.
I know one thing. I know one thing. If they don't think it's the right move, I'm going to go with them.
Yeah.
Because they've proven to me to lead this team. So, at some point, I don't want to be the leader of the team. I want the team to lead itself. It's like, so like, for example, if the coaching staff can't show up on Friday for the reason we can't, I'd love to have a team that can coach itself and get after it.
There you go.
Yeah, that's the ultimate goal, So am I going to disrupt that? Not saying that that's a disruption. It could be a positive thing. A young kid could come up from JV and be a positive influence. But how that person affects, because we all know one individual can suck the life out of a room. It doesn't matter what it is, what being it is, male, female, aliens, they're about us now with all this news and stuff. And, I don't want to go into political talk. We'll be here for 14 hours. Okay, that's later. It's a podcast. Coach,
Yeah, we're having a podcast.
Yeah.
Politics and football.
Yeah, I got to change
how
my
we like
voice.
it.
I get fired in
Needs
the
to be
first
the name
7
of it.
seconds.
Yeah. You put a different shirt on.
It won't have any pizza stains on it.
Well, you mentioned a JV.
Correct.
Those boys, what, 3-0?
Yes, and I'll tell you one thing right now. This JV gets after it, man. I'm telling you, this JV gets after it, and it's almost to the point it gets a little chippy. It's good, and there's kind of an animosity. There is, but it isn't between the varsity JV, but it's a friendly animosity. It's a real good atmosphere. I'll just say this: that the physicality that the JV played Albany on Thursday, and man, that was one of the big physical game for JV, and our JV it was awesome. They stood. It had a great game, stood together. So there's some camaraderie there.
We got those Anderson brothers. How do they?
You
do
know,
out
they get
there on-
along. They get along just well. There's enough others to
Yeah.
diffuse the brotherly love, as you know we call it. There's enough
Or the
others.
Weldon brothers.
Hey,
Yeah, the Weldon brothers. Yeah.
well, it's like
Now, I
anything else.
figure they don't get along very good.
Well, you know, I don't know. It depends on the moment. You
Yeah.
know, but I think it's one of those things. Else, you can talk trash to your brother, but no one else can.
That's right.
And then say, hey, someone else joined the party. We got problems. You know what I mean? So I think that's where our team's at right now, and we got to keep it going. You know, they are fighting for each other, and they realize that that is more fulfilling than the alternative.
Good answers.
Definitely.
Heston, you want to comment on that?
I think
man?
he wants
Come
to
on.
say something.
You know, I think we get a. I will say we get along very well. I don't think there's been a point this season where we've been chippering at each other or getting mad at each other. We just pick each other back up. And it's same with the JV. We do the same thing. If the JV messes up, you know, we don't rip them for it. We encourage them and help them try to get better. And I think it's a great thing for all of us.
Did you know you're wearing a cap that says whiskey on it?
Yeah. Everyone wears that.
You have some behind it. You have some. Well, that's right there.
We're on
Put it
TV.
down. Put it down. Put it down. Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers, y'all guys back there. Save some. Well, we are setting at 7:30. So I don't know if we can get 30 minutes out of those two or not.
I think
If we
you
do-
can.
I
I think
think
you
we
can.
can.
You just got to. Hey, you go through those questions right there. and
Slow them down.
So we got to
Yeah,
slow down.
Slow them
Yeah,
down.
speed
Yeah.
questions, questions.
for sure.
Speed
You
questions
can
have to
get
be-
30 minutes out of Hagen.
Well, I've already got some text messages from his dad on what I need to ask.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look
Awesome.
at him. He's shaking his head.
Awesome.
Well, Coach, Friday night, 7 p.m.
7 p.m. could be homecoming. You know, and I will say one thing too. You know, the hallways, man, are active with a lot of stuff. You know, I mean, I don't know exactly what's going on. I know there's some pictures of coaches and teachers and you know, superpowers.
you
and-
really didn't
and
notice it, did you?
kryptonite. Yeah, well, I guess I'm on a couple. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I don't know. Thank goodness I'm clothed. That's a good thing. You know.
So have you seen kids dressed like you going through school with
no.
ball head and little?
I don't know if they have. So let me tell a son about Let me tell a story about my son on this goatee. Actually, is that called this thing goatee?
Mhm.
This
I
thing
don't know.
goatee?
It's got a little gray in it, though.
Well, I dye it gray.
Oh,
I dye,
oh, you do
yeah,
that
yeah,
intentionally.
I do
Okay.
too. Make
Yeah.
makes me look older and
Yeah, yeah.
smarter.
It's got character, right? So my son telling me the other day, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, was like, "Hey, you know, Dad, I think it's time you grow a goatee out." Of course, you know, I grow more hair right here in my neck hole area than anywhere else,
Neck
and
hole.
yeah, and the two holes actually. But
That
anyway,
double chin area?
oh no, well, triple.
Oh, triple.
Yeah, come on. We take chin music seriously. Okay, so anyway, so I say, you know, whatever. I don't listen to him. I'm watching a game. I'm blacked out. Whatever. I don't know what's going on. So I don't listen to him. Oh, and I'm sitting there, and so I shave that evening, or whatever, the next day or so, and then 3 days later, he comes and he goes, "Dad, I thought we talked about this. You need to grow a goatee." So I started laughing because that's how I dress him. You know, when he does things I don't necessarily favor. You know. Before you know other things happen. So, anyways, with that story being said, I said, okay, I'll grow it out. And so I'm getting close to needing to shave, but I don't know if he wants me to.
I think you should get a mustache.
No, dude, just a mustache.
Yes,
I'm taking it.
When you get the handlebars,
The hand-
wear you a cowboy hat on Friday night.
Dude, I was wanting to reverse chops. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, just reverse chops. You know
I
what I
just
mean?
want to tell you this. Before the game,
Yes.
remember I made a comment. Y'all were warming up out there, and I said, Coach Lloyd looks like he come from Lake Kemp. You had some old wore-out shorts on.
Hey, I think that's a compliment.
Yes,
you know?
he was in your shirt.
And that's a pregame. You gotta show you good
I
stuff.
made
for
a comment.
pregame.
I said, I made that comment, didn't I? I said, look at his dress out there. And then you all went in and changed it in that hot sauna. I don't know how you got your shirt off. It had to be stuck to you.
No, I mean, I was moist for like 17 hours that day. You know what I mean? Moist. I mean, is there any positive?
I'm
is
pretty
there any-
moist in here.
Yeah, I know. No, it's interesting. No, you know, I'm not one on fashion. I know you find that hard to believe. I'm not one on fashion. Actually, I prefer muumuus. I don't know if you want one of those. I know why old men wear the overalls. Because you can let everything hang out inside while it's hanging on the outside.
That's right. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, don't they have the little opener in the back end
Yes,
right
the
there?
opener, sure, let some air in.
It's like popping the trunk.
Yeah, you can let some air in, and you're
Dude,
good to go.
We like air.
So
we like-
Friday night, you're wearing overalls.
You know what? I will. I will for you. I will. I actually don't care what I look like, as long as my boys play hard. I know the administration prefers me to look like a human, so I try to do that.
I'm sorry, but I noticed some of the
No, I love it.
stupidest
I
things.
love it.
I mean,
No,
I'm like,
no, it's funny because we have some young guys on staff. Okay, and we have some guys on staff, and man, they're passionate.
well, that one coach
It's
looks
a
like
lot.
Cliff Kingsbury.
Coach Anderson.
He's standing over there on the sideline with his arm like this, and I'm like, that's Cliff Kingsbury over there.
I know.
He come out there with his shades on, his hair is all nice.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, he looking like Cliff Cleveland.
Yeah. And I have a boo on, and I have an apron, a natural apron to
There you
cover my
go.
belly.
We've all got that. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
it's
skinny
earned.
boys.
I earned it. We earned it.
We
That's
work
right.
hard for it.
Yeah, I put a lot. Of
Work hard for my money.
No, but it's funny because you talk to the younger guys and they're like, "What are you wearing?" I'm like, "What are you worried about that for? I'm just glad I can touch my toes and like tie my shoes, which I can. I use slip-ons. You know what I mean? Like
It gets. I mean, mine are slip on right now.
wearing sandals, I'm gonna go to sleep with them.
You learn
If
that.
they don't come off, I'm gonna. Anyways, but no, it's funny because us older coaches. We don't understand some of this fashion of the younger guys, and I'm going to go into detail on that because I know they get very sensitive about their style. You know what I mean? So no, not these kids, not these high school kids.
Well, Sullivan's back there wearing a sweatshirt.
Yeah, no, they
And
wear
it's about
hoodies in
98
105
degrees
yeah,
in here.
It's part of the look. They got to have a hood. Explain to me this. Okay, explain to me this. Off topic. Okay, hooded sweatshirt with short sleeves. Okay, explain that to me. Does that make any sense to any common sense human
Y'all
being?
like that style?
No.
Short
Sullivan's
sleeve
back there, yeah.
hoodies?
Sullivan's like, yeah.
Sullivan's shaking his head.
Yeah, they also like Top Gun 1980 something shorts. You wear on the beach.
Oh, y'all got the ones that are real short?
Yeah,
Top-
dude, like 1982 NBA style.
Look at that. Yeah. Roll them up.
So he's wearing his practice shorts.
I love it.
Oh, that's 3 licks
Hey,
tomorrow.
you can go to sleep in it, wake up with it. Be
Yeah,
good.
there you go.
He's already ready to go.
Yeah.
Smart move.
We used to wear OPs back when we was
Heck
kids.
yeah, dude! I had 5 colors for 5 days a week at school, dude.
I wore pink ones.
Dude, what were they? What
They
was the
just, they
fabric?
just barely come down your past your.
What was the fabric on
They
it?
were 100% cotton, wasn't it?
Yes,
Yeah, corduroy. Yeah, yeah, corduroy.
Dude, I had 5 colors for
Yeah,
5
I
days
did
a
too.
week. Yeah, socks up to my ankles, dude. That. Oh, I don't want to cuss.
And
Yeah,
they had
was
that,
good.
they had that little emblem, OP, on it right there.
That's right.
That was style, boy.
Yeah.
Sorry, trying to take away
Yeah,
from
we,
y'all.
we already
Yeah,
had that style
yeah.
before y'all thought
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, so
All right. Wait, thanks for having me on.
All right,
I
Coach.
appreciate it.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
Sir, thank you.
Friday night,
Friday night,
Star Park
Extra
Stadium,
pizza,
Quanah
Friday,
yes,
Indians.
right? That's right. Homecoming.
Yes,
Homecoming.
2023.
And I will say one thing.
All the alumni will be there to watch y'all.
Yes,
Yes.
got to take care of business.
That's right.
Got to take our anger out of someone. We have a lot of anger.
I'll be watching for those overalls.
Yes, no, I'm going to do it. Thank you, man.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Hester. Are you going to give us a commercial?
Cruise on over to Superstop, conveniently located at the corner of California and Maine. It's your friendly neighborhood stop for all your needs. Fuel up with gas, grab a cold beer, ice, your favorite fountain drink, and a snacks galore. Jeff, Michelle, and the gang are here to serve you with a smile. But that's not all. Superstop is more than just a convenience store. We take pride in supporting our local community. So whether it's a quick pick-me-up, supplies on the go, or simply a warm greeting, Superstop has it all. Swing by today and experience the difference.
Thank you, folks. And welcome back to our 3rd edition of our Gridiron Live here, Studio H. Who's our sponsor?
Oh, Superstop.
You just told
Corner,
me in
yeah.
that 30-second timeout.
I know.
forgot.
Golly, we need to say it more often, huh?
Well, Coach Lloyd had us all rolling.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, our other gentleman here that we're going to speak with. We have number 70, Sam Rickard,
Yes, sir.
and number 7, Hagan Anderson.
Yes, sir.
Y'all both juniors,
Yes. Yes, sir.
so we got to do this again next year with y'all.
Yes, sir.
All right, so it kind of looked like there with that funny green. Looked like that Orsac, Blaine Orsac, from that point with that cap on.
Yeah.
But welcome, guys, to the show. Glad to have y'all.
Thank you for having us.
Are y'all going to be guys of a lot of words or not much?
Depends on the questions you ask, I guess. Yes.
Well, your dad texted me.
Oh.
We're going to answer that question, or we want to
No,
ignore that one, don't we?
We're gonna ignore
Well,
that.
we talked about it out
Yeah.
there, didn't we? Yeah, we don't want to. It's none of the folks' business. Coach Lloyd, you want to speak some more or what? Okay. Easy. So, we had Heston a while ago, and we're not going to sit here and knock on Albany all night long, but I'm going to ask both of y'all's thoughts. We'll go to you first. Hagen, just a minute of your time here.
Well, I thought we played really hard. We really did. We played really hard, and they were tough. They were really tough. And Adam Hill, number 5, we played him in basketball last year, and I knew that he was an athlete coming in, but I didn't know he could move like that. He was just different, really.
What do y'all think he was? 220?
225.
Say
Yes,
right
At
there.
least
yes,
every
sir.
bit of it.
And he moved like he was 150 pounds. He
Six-
moved like Isaac.
Was
Wow,
6'2"?
You felt like at 225 was all muscle.
Yes. Yes.
He's a
yes,
good-looking kid.
yes. Yes.
So, Sam, give us your thoughts on Friday night.
I think it went good. I mean, overall as a team, we played hard, but I mean, they were just. I mean, they're Albany. That's about all you can really say. They're a really good team, and I think their coaching staff's good. I mean,
I think
really,
it's the best thing in the world. I apologize. It's the best thing in the world to play somebody like that so early in the year.
yes.
Because I'm not taking anything away from the Winthorst, the Mondays, the other teams y'all have coming up, but y'all probably played the best team you're going to play in week 3.
Yes.
So you know what to expect from an awesome team, and you ought to be prepared for these guys coming up.
oh,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes. They're ranked 1 and 2A. And they won state last year. And
Yeah.
they returned their running back. And we really got a glimpse of what we need to get to during this year.
Because I'm a believer we'll probably meet them in round 3. That's my
Yes.
thought. Because I think
Yes.
we should. I mean,
Well, we better meet them in round 3.
we we should both be first place teams
Yes.
in district. I feel like. I mean, that's my wish and prayers. We're getting coach needs
Grab
some
his
keys
key.
right there.
He's right there
hanging right here.
hanging on the mic. You're fine.
So you're gonna have a first place team and then first place, first place, fourth and second and third. So we probably wouldn't run into them until probably 3rd round or so. But
Yes.
I mean, I think we have a good shot at meeting them again. I feel like so.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So where do we want to go? We want to do these questions, or we want to just keep talking? We're gonna go through them slower. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
You'll go first. All right. So all those folks out there listening, they're going to learn a little bit about you. Next week, I'll try to get some different questions. Your full name?
Hagen John Anderson.
John.
Yes, sir.
Your dad's name, John.
Yes.
What's my name?
John?
There you go. That's a good name, isn't it?
I guess.
And we're all named after bathrooms. Classification.
I'm a junior.
Favorite class and teacher?
I'm trying to think of a class where they let us have our phones.
Really?
Yeah.
You got so many favorites.
Well, notice I didn't say
Miss Campos.
Or-
There you go.
obviously.
Or
Yeah.
you don't have any
Spanish.
favorites or one.
Spanish.
Spanish.
So how do you say thank you in Spanish?
Gracias.
That's an easy one. How do you say please?
Por favor.
Those words are in a song.
I know how to say, can I go to the bathroom?
How do you say that?
Bueno y al baño.
We don't have one.
That's pretty good. Yeah, we don't have one. So you better, if you're going to be on this show, folks, you better be able to hold it for
You gotta
60
go to the
minutes.
alley.
All right, your favorite food?
Probably like chicken Alfredo.
Oh, good choice. Favorite college sports team?
Texas Tech.
There you go. Favorite pro team? Doesn't have to be football.
Cowboys.
Okay.
Or the Celtics. I love the Celtics.
I'm going to get you on this
I
one.
love the Celtics.
Football, basketball, baseball, or track?
Basketball.
I knew that would be the answer. Your favorite music?
I listen to a little rap.
It's all right. Ford, Chevy, or Dodge?
I drive none of those. I drive a Nissan.
So what did he say earlier?
Chevy.
Chevy.
You could say Nissan. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's what I drive. So
I'm just naming off the top 3 pickup trucks, probably. So, what is the strangest thing you have ever eaten?
we had a church trip down when I was in 8th grade, and they were selling grilled crickets. And I ate one of those.
There you go.
It was not very good. I think I threw up.
I don't care to have one.
I wouldn't have one either.
What did you want to be when you were little?
A surgeon because they made a lot of money.
If you ruled the world, who's your top advisor?
I'm gonna say Peyton Sullivan.
We're in trouble, aren't we?
We need someone that thinks a little outside the box.
Peyton, we need to talk afterwards. What's your most unpopular food?
I hate beans. Like I can't stand them. I hate them.
Peas. I
All
hate
beans.
I hate green peas.
Really?
Ugh.
I hate beans, and they would mess with me. They'd put beans on my tray, and I just can't stand them. I'll throw up.
Lunch sophomore year,
Yeah, I hate beans so
Wow.
much.
Pineapples on pizza?
No,
What food should represent Texas?
Tex-Mex.
There you go. That's a good one. If you were famous, what would your stage name be?
Lil A.
There you go. If you could have a movie about your life, who would you choose to play you?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh my God, that'd be hilarious.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah. What's one item you can't live without?
My phone.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No.
Do you ever get in trouble at school? If so, what for? Dad's listening.
Yeah, I know.
Or maybe mom's listening.
I talk a little too much sometimes.
You're granted 3 wishes. What are they?
Unlimited money. Telekinesis, where I move stuff with my mind. Is that telekinesis? I think so. And more money.
He said that twice. There's one thing that nobody said yet, and I thought Coach Lord might say it. And y'all don't realize it because you are young, is health. Because you can have all those things, but if you're not, when you start getting old, if you're not healthy, those other things aren't going to matter.
I really don't want to. I don't want to live forever, though. I don't want to.
True.
I don't want to live forever.
But if you were healthy, like a 30-year-old
Sure.
you or 35-year-old you, that's when it's best.
Yes.
So, have you ever seen a ghost?
No.
Do you believe in them?
No.
I should have asked him that a while ago. Steak, seafood, or pasta?
Pasta.
One superpower, what is it?
I want to fly.
That's what he said, flying.
Yeah, I want to fly.
Coke, Dr. Pepper, Sprite, water, or other?
Root beer.
Beer. We learned a lot about you. Your favorite high school mascot?
Panthers.
There you go. So who's going to be the 2023 district champs in our district?
That ain't hard.
That ain't hard. There you go.
Panthers.
Good job, Hagen. Some good answers right there. We're going to go on over here to Mr. Rickard. You want to answer the same questions? See, it was easy for you because you got to hear him twice. All right, your full name.
Sam Rickard.
I'll go faster with you since you've got to think about them. Classification.
I'm a junior.
Favorite class and teacher.
Probably Spanish, Miss Campos.
Favorite food.
Steak.
Favorite college team.
K-State Wildcats.
That's out of
in Kansas, so.
Where are you?
Yes, sir.
You a Kansas boy?
Yes, sir.
You're not in Kansas anymore. Favorite pro team.
Probably the Chiefs.
You better be if you're from Kansas. Football, basketball, baseball, or track.
Football.
There you go. Favorite music.
I listen to a lot of country.
Ford, Chevy, or Dodge.
Chevy.
What is the strangest thing you have ever eaten?
Probably calf fries.
Well, they're good though. What did you want to be when you were growing up?
I wanted to be a cowboy.
If you ruled the world, who's your top advisor?
Probably Hagen. I don't know if
Get the 3 of y'all together in a little.
Go down.
What's the most unpopular food?
Ooh, I don't like salad at all, personally.
Pineapples on pizza?
No,
What food should represent Texas?
I'd say steak.
That's a good choice. If you were famous, what would your stage name be?
Ooh, I don't know.
Sammy O.
Probably that, or something along the lines of that.
I don't know. Your last name's pretty neat. You could do something with that.
Yeah.
If you could have a movie about your life, who would you choose to play you?
Ooh, I don't. Probably John Wayne. That's a good one.
There you go.
Good job, Sully.
John Wayne. What's one item you can't live without?
Probably my phone.
Oh my God, all three of us had cell phones. We didn't even have those in school. Didn't even know what they were. There wasn't such thing.
Yeah, we didn't.
Y'all sound a little old.
They would say, Hagen Anderson, you have a phone call in the principal's office. And you'd have to get out of class and go down to get the phone.
Crazy how much has changed.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No.
Good to debate that. I don't understand. That was on this list of questions. I mean, why would they put that there? Does somebody in this world think it is a sandwich?
I watched SNL do a spoof on the First Take with Michael Irvin and Stephen A. Smith, and that was one of the questions. So, hot dog says so. Stephen says it was. No, you're crazy. It ain't no.
So you ever get in trouble at school
Not very often, but mostly for talking.
for talking? Oh, God gave us that. So you're granted 3 wishes.
Probably, money, and like y'all said, health. And
And you said you like to do cowboy and stuff,
yes, sir.
like a unlimited acreage and cattle.
Yeah.
There you go. Then you can live forever. You can eat
Yeah.
forever. Eat steaks forever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all connects together. Have you ever seen a ghost?
No.
Believe in them?
No, sir.
Steak, seafood, or pasta?
Steak.
I know that answer. One superpower.
Probably teleportation. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Coke, Dr. Pepper, Sprite, water, or something else?
Dr. Pepper.
You pretty addicted to them?
Oh, yeah.
How many a day? If you could.
I don't know.
Sully's saying 5.
I don't drink as many as Sully does.
How many does he drink? 6
don't-
pack a day?
I don't see Sully very often without a Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
Sully said, I'm thirsty, y'all.
Yeah.
What's up?
Your favorite high school mascot?
Panthers.
So where did you live before?
I grew up in a small town in Meade, Kansas. Started off playing 11-man football, then we went to 8-man, and the year we moved here, they won state for 8-man football. So,
Awesome.
Oh, cool.
So this is a little personal, but what brought you to Seymour?
just a better job. My dad got a
Your
job
dad?
with a family friend of ours, and it worked out for us, so we moved here.
Worked out good for the Panthers too.
I hope so.
Do you have siblings?
Yes, sir, I do. I have 3 younger brothers. The youngest 2 are twins. I've got one younger brother. He's a freshman. And then I've got the youngest 2. They're in 4th grade.
So we got several records coming up to be Panthers in the future.
Yes, sir.
No sisters?
No sisters.
All right. So who's going to be the district champs this year?
Seymour Panthers.
Easily?
Easily.
We'll spank them?
Oh, yeah.
All right, Billy. What are your questions? You don't even have a piece of paper in front of you.
Let me see.
Oh, we only have 8 minutes. We did good. 7:52.
All right, well, y'all want to talk about homecoming coming up? Y'all got any?
Got any plans?
Y'all gonna dress up this week? Or?
We did the hallways, and I cut out a bunch of pictures, looked on Facebook for like 3 days, and got loaded up pictures of all the old coaches, like when they were young, and all the teachers when they were young. We hung them up in the walls because our theme is Monsters University. You know how they had those little frats?
Yeah.
And we gave them abilities and weaknesses, and it's been pretty funny because we love
They were
messing
good.
with the coaches a little
They
bit.
were good.
So yeah,
So y'all
we-
found like younger pictures of them and stuff like that?
I'm pretty sure we have Coach Anderson when he was like 15.
When you talk about the coaches, I'm going to ask kind of a question here that made me think of something. Which one of the coaches is easiest or best to clown around with, to joke with? Which one of really it doesn't bother? And then on the second question is which one do you just know?
Coach Bob is really easy to joke around of, but so is Costieja, but Costieja sometimes.
And which one do you just not?
Coach Williams.
Coach Williams, you
Coach
just
Williams.
don't even.
No.
There's no need to go there.
Unless he initiates it, you don't go there.
Good deal. So I'm gonna go back to football for just a second. We didn't really hit on what Quanah does. They run the ball, throw the ball. What are we gonna see?
They run the ball a lot, but they also pass a little bit. But I think their quarterback, what I've heard, their quarterback got a concussion. So I really don't know what they're gonna do. I played their quarterback in junior high when we played Quanah in 8th grade, and he was a running back, and he was pretty good. But they've had a lot of kids move. They've had their quarterback from last year for sure moved, and their receiver from last year moved, and a lot of them graduated too. So I'm really curious to see what they're gonna do.
They finally ran out of layoffs.
Yeah.
They did.
I know you can't give a diagnosis, is that the word, on Box, but what are they saying? How many weeks on the one that has the concussion? Is it Connor?
Connor.
Yeah.
Have they said like a week or 2 weeks? Or
He looks pretty good. So honestly, if he wanted to, he play against Monday.
so
but-
so he'll miss
Yes.
one game for sure.
Yes, I believe so.
Good deal. So we were talking about homecoming. What do you? I mean, well, you were here the last couple of years. You
Yes, sir.
said so. Last year you played on the JV.
Yes, sir. I played 2 scrimmages, and then right at the second scrimmage, I tore my ACL and meniscus, so I was out for a season.
Oh, wow.
Well, I didn't know that either. Okay. We got 5 more minutes. Solo, what are you doing back there? Eating pizza?
Well, see, we got 5 more minutes. Let's talk about
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about the hometown shirts.
Let's talk
we're
about it.
selling.
Just talk about it right now.
Sully's going to pop it up on the screen.
What'd you say?
Long sleeve,
What color?
short sleeve.
What color?
I didn't say white. White gets dirty, man.
I don't mind I don't mind a shirt being gray. You're giving me a hard time. I don't mind a shirt being
Hey,
gray.
wait,
I
wait,
don't
wait,
like
listen.
gray being our
The 76380's got white in it.
white, a little bit of
Yeah,
white.
yeah, so
See this
you're
right
good.
here?
Yeah.
Got extreme gray here. Oh, maroon, white, and gray.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have people out there saying, "I can't believe you add to the show."
No. But anyway, go online, order them. I think we got till when? September the 17th or something like that. There's about a week or so that you can order them. What are you looking for?
His is hanging. It looks a lot better. Mine's sticking out. See, look how his mic's hanging, and it looks like it works better like that. Maybe I ought to try that one. Yeah, I like that a little bit better.
It might
You
be
like
able
it?
to fall
Yeah,
as much. That's a good
I
idea.
like that. Yeah, Rick, you did that.
You did a
didn't
good job, Sam.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's at Kansas State right there. So what are we setting at? We got 4 more minutes. So give us some closing statements, guys. Like come out Friday night, 7 o'clock, homecoming.
Well, it is our homecoming, so everyone try to make it to our homecoming.
Let's fill the stands up. I mean,
it would be nice. It would be nice. if we-
Seymour's good about supporting
yes.
locally.
And that's one thing I've noticed is like all the restaurants and all the businesses around, they really care about us. And it shows, the Rock Inn, Superstop, really everywhere.
Show
Everywhere.
sponsor, Super Top.
And if you can't make it to the
Wait, throw
game,
that in there.
you can watch it on
the radio.
right
on
here
the
on
radio show.
Seymour
Yep.
Panther Radio.
Yeah,
Yes,
we
sir.
see these flags flying around town for y'all. I think more coming.
Really like the flags too. The old Panther.
How about us giving y'all one of them flags? I see that.
Yeah, did y'all notice that? You are carrying one
I
out now.
didn't notice it.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't paying
You
attention.
shouldn't have noticed it because your mind needs to be. But somebody carried it out.
I think it was smart.
It has a wood handle,
It was
so
smart.
you'll know it's wood.
Yes.
Were all the other ones wood?
I think so.
The
The very original one
the
that y'all
original one's
carry
got a metal pole
is mine. I donated that probably 15 years ago.
with the knit deep line Panther on there.
Yeah, that was when I was on the tunnel crew.
Yeah,
So
and that's what we were sitting up thinking. Gosh, I think y'all need to carry one of the new flags out too. So we fixed it up that week for y'all.
we need to get enough where everybody has a flag. So maybe over time.
Yeah, there was like 3 of y'all didn't have American flags. Need some more. I think the American flags have wood handles.
Some people don't like carrying them though. Some people
Oh.
just like running out.
I got you. Aaron Rodgers carried one out last
Aaron
night.
Rodgers carried one out. Yeah,
I feel bad for him.
Yeah, I
He's
do too.
30, 39 with an Achilles tear.
that's awful.
Ugh.
Got to take him. He'll be done.
Yeah.
It said
When
he's
you're-
going to go to Hollywood now.
It's going to be hard to come back from something like that. Very hard.
I bet he'll probably be the next like action hero at 40 years old.
Maybe he'll be like a little commentator, like Romo's doing now or something like that.
Maybe.
Mm. He's gonna go surf.
Surfing.
Yeah,
Surf. Yeah.
he's one of them surfing dudes. Maybe he's gonna get married and have kids finally.
He's not married, is he?
No, he don't. He's not married and have no kids.
I think he likes a bachelor life.
Yeah, I think he does too.
Doing whatever he wants.
He likes to do what, especially in New York. Huh?
Yes.
Well,
Well, we're 7:59.
we got to give thanks to our sponsor, which Hagen already told us, the Super Stop, located on Main and
You can't miss it.
California.
It's had that big old stop sign.
Big stop sign, super stop.
Yeah, we want to thank Michelle Belcher and her family for hosting this event every Tuesday night. Want to be sure and give a shout out to our main man out there. Get ready to push your button, Mr. Peyton Sullivan. He's our IT man behind the scenes.
Yeah. And our halftime show host. Who you doing this week? Do you know?
Peyton Hendricks and Lloyd together.
Oh, really?
An old Panther in there.
Also want to thank head coach Dan Lloyd, Mr. Sam Rickard, Hagan Anderson, Heston Harney. He's sitting back here in the back, and Peyton Sullivan, all the Panthers tonight. So we got some new blood this week. That was good having some new blood in here because didn't y'all have Roberson twice?
Yes.
And Peyton was on week 1.
Yeah, until he got put behind the board.
Yeah, put behind the board. So, well, folks, I mean, in closing for me, I just want to wish everyone would please come out Friday night, Fair Park Stadium, 7 p.m. for the Seymour Panthers versus the Quanah Indians, week 4. And let's support these guys. Let's go to 3 wins and 1 loss on the season. Let's continue on. I see us 9-1 at the end of the year and going for that playoff run. I know Coach Lloyd gets mad at me because I look ahead, but we're commentators. That's that's what we're supposed to do is start and talk about the future. But the closing for me from Studio H. Thanks, folks. Billy.
Yeah, and thank y'all. Good luck this
Thank you
week,
for having us.
guys. Appreciate y'all coming out. And good luck, everybody out there.
Yes, sir.
Peace out.
God bless.